So this is a healing about a woman who went back to work after raising her kids, and her husband had retired, and she just had all this energy. She said that, her kids are doing great, great marriage, um, family has been great, and she just felt like she wanted to, get back in the workplace. And she said she had all this energy, and she was really, really excited about managing people. She took a job managing this warehouse where they shipped a lot of different products, and she felt she was a very spiritual person, and she just felt like she had a lot to give. She was excited to work with all kinds of different workers from all kinds of different backgrounds. She felt like she could inspire them, and she was excited to learn about their families and their kids, and in general just help the average worker to get through the day. So as I said, she came in with all this energy as she described it to me. But she came to me with all of these physical and emotional issues. Her legs had given out after 15 years. She was really, really tired, had a lot of pain in her legs. She had a lot of pain up and down her spine. Uh, During the healing, which I'm about to get to, the actual healing, I saw that the different parts that she described in her spine that were really aching seemed to be connected to the back chakras. And she also had a lot of headaches. And once again, the place in her head that she said that she felt the headaches mostly seemed to be in the back of the third eye chakra. When I tuned in for the healing, the very first thing that her body intelligence guided me to do was to go all the way out to the sixth layer of her aura, which is the spirit layer. This is the layer of our ultimate identity in the universe. This is who we are in between lifetimes. So it's really pretty amazing to start there, because I felt like her body intelligence was trying to show me who she really is at the spirit level. Yes, she's got all of these, the leg and the back and the headaches, and she's fatigued and tired. But her body intelligence first wanted to show me the larger soul vision of who she is at a larger level. And it was a really amazing vision. Uh, Basically, I saw her as a spirit, almost like a goddess, on a spirit horse, flying through the sky with all these rainbow colors swirling around. And she had this amazing smile on her face, and just riding so fast through the sky, creating these whirls of color and light, and radiating all of this energy. It was really pretty an amazing vision. And I stopped for a second and Googled. I'm like, it seemed very Celtic for some reason. I'm not sure if this woman was Irish or not, but it clearly felt like a Celtic goddess. So I looked it up, which goddess in the Celtic tradition was mostly connected to horses, and also to flying through the sky. And it seemed to be the goddess Epona, Epona. It was really cool. I looked it up, read a little bit about it, and then, of course, came back to the healing. So that was really important to see her, at the higher level, who she is in between lifetimes. I mean, I'm not sure if she was an ancient Celtic goddess or not, but that was part of her identity. Flying like the wind, running like a spirit horse, creating all of this light and beauty and radiance. So it was really a very beautiful, very cool vision. But then the body intelligence took me back down to reality, back down to who she is in the earth plane currently. So what I saw at this point in the healing was that all the little spots that she was having trouble, the legs and all the different points in the spine that I felt like were the back of the chakras, and also the back of the third eye where she was having the headaches. When I went inside, I merged inside her auric field, and I saw they're like little boulders where all of the chakras should be blocking her journey up to back to the realm of Epona. So basically, what I saw when I tuned in to each one of these little boulders, like let's say I tuned into the boulder that was blocking the belly chakra, and then the boulder that was blocking the solar plexus chakra, and then the boulder blocking the heart chakra, etc., etc. When I tuned into that, I essentially saw that each one of these boulders was a difficult interaction she had with different people in her 15 years in working with this job, and some of the visions that I got were pretty difficult. And she was a really positive person. This is not a person who would get angry. She was non-confrontational. So when she met workers who were disgruntled, who had an attitude, she would like let's say, for example, the solar plexus chakra. She was a gregarious person. She wanted to connect. So the front of her solar plexus chakra was open and connecting with the workers. But if she encountered a worker, again, who was really giving her a hard time, had a bad attitude, she couldn't really motivate them, the back of her solar plexus chakra would close up. She would lose energy. She would back up essentially and say, I can't get involved with this. I have no energy. I want to be positive. I want to impact, but this person wouldn't let her, so she would close the back of her solar plexus chakra in this case. And she also did the same thing, with the heart. She wanted to spread love. She wanted to care about her workers, but again, when she'd meet a difficult worker, she would have to pull back the back of her heart chakra, close it down, because this was really poison to her. So over 15 years, all of this, frustration of her good intentions, of her positive energy, got thwarted by a lot of these workers, and that's what was, she lost her legs because her root chakra had a block in it. She started to, feel like she didn't have a footing. That people were thwarting her will. And therefore, and the back of the third eye, all these headaches, again, a boulder of all these, problems with different workers. Fortunately, she was reaching retirement herself after 15 years. So we were she was starting to, that's why she came to me. She was like, I'm going to retire really soon. And I know I'm carrying all of this weight, all of this frustration, all of this suppressed, difficult emotions and physical issues from this 15-year job that I took. So the healing was really, really cool. I was actually able to erase a lot of these interactions that she had with different people. I kind of saw their faces and the energies they were giving her, and I saw her, pulling back. But when I was able to erase some of those encounters she had, all of a sudden the boulders would get lighter and lighter. And I can't say it was perfect by any means, because it was just one healing. But over the course of the healing, the energy started to move from the root to the crown, and these boulders started getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And so my prediction at the end of the healing was, hopefully she would start to have that soul energy again of the horse sky goddess Epona, and start to get back her old energy, positive, high energy, caring about people. We did a lot of work during this healing, and I just believe we set her on the right path to reclaiming her original horse sky goddess power. So this is really interesting healing.